Hey guys, James Doyle here and welcome to James Doyle's Garage. Now over the last Christmas I had the opportunity to travel to South Africa to learn about the kit car industry there and why it thrives so much. Now one of the builders I got to talk to is my buddy Wouter, who's an incredible builder and Cobra owner. Now here's my conversation with him. Hello everybody, James Doyle here, and we are here in South Africa, and I'm here with my buddy Wouter. Wouter, it's great to be here with you, and I hope I pronounced your name correctly.
Perfect, James, thank you for
Thank you very much, but it's great to see you here. So, you have had an incredible collection of Cobras, but you also have an incredible history with racing and a lot more, so we'll be able to talk to you a lot about that. But first, let's get into the car that we're actually just recently talking about, which is a car that you're rebuilding right now. Tell us about that.
The car's got quite a bit of a history to it. I actively started racing the car in around 2010, and this car became reasonably famous because it was the first Cobra in South Africa that was powered by a BMW engine. We developed the car with a 540 engine, which is a 4-litre V8. Started racing the car actively for about 2.5 years. Won some competitions, won some Gymkhana events, and then at the end of the day we decided to up the ante and we dropped an M5 5-litre V8 into
Absolutely, yeah.
Which of course made things a little different. The car became quite a monster, it became quite well known. I still hold one South African record with it. I won a South African national championship with it.
Yeah. And talking about those championships, you're also big into drag racing. So tell us about your drag racing
That was
history.
all done with drag racing. The 2010 championship that I did win was the national championship in drag racing for that category. Fortunately, my wife shares the passion, so she was also drag racing with me. And I've been doing
so it's like a family sport.
It is a family sport, and I've been doing that for 11 years. My wife on and off for about 8 years that we drag raced.
Absolutely.
So drag racing became part of life, and yeah, it was after competing with a Cobra, we decided that it was time to change and up the ante again. And I built an old Mark II Escort that we dropped a 427 cubic inch small block Chevy engine into the Cobra.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that was an absolute monster.
Yeah, and like just taking a look at your trophy cabin here, it's really cool to see a lot of the accomplishments that you were able to get with yourself and your wife and with drag racing.
Yeah, and it was difficult because being an amateur sport and not being sponsored, so it gets quite expensive as well.
Yeah.
But they say the faster you're going to go, the deeper you need to dig into your pockets, and that is quite true.
But
so
yeah.
with the Escort again, I was very competitive, and I had a bad accident with the first Escort, which had a national championship on the East Coast. I overturned the car, rolled it, fortunately walked away from it, all the safety gear did its trick, and we built a new one and started all over again, the same story. And with that car I also hold one South African national record.
Awesome. Now among your giant Cobra collection that you've had over the years, can you give us your favorite story of your favorite Cobra story from either one of the cars that you've had or a story from a friend from the Cobra Club?
Well, I think there's many stories to be told. I've been part of the Cobra Club for the past 23 years now. I personally owned 22 different Cobras, so I'm one down for the year. I need to get another one. But it's difficult just to take one specific story. But some of the adventures with these cars was actually taking it, hooking on a trailer, driving down to Cape Town, 1,600 kilometers, racing it there, having a party afterwards, and then driving it back again to Johannesburg.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's what the extents you go through for racing?
Well, yeah. Once it's in your blood, you don't stop. It all started. I was reasonably young at the time. We're talking now in 1999 when I purchased my first Cobra. I saw a wreck standing by the side of the road at a dealership, and I drove past this thing every week. And I would come home and I would tell my wife, I think I need to buy this car. And she didn't know at the time what a Cobra was even.
Yeah.
So after 4 or 5 times she said, man, just go buy the car. I bought the car, I brought it home. It was a wreck, it was coughing and spitting. But that was the first Cobra. And as I say, since then we started rebuilding it. From there, got sold, bought another one, built it, sold it. So I've actually become a bit of a household name in the Cobra industry. Everybody knows me. And well, I suppose I'll forever have a Cobra. The white car that we were talking about with the BMW engine, that had, as I said, I owned that for about 4.5 to 5 years prior to selling it. Then it got sold when I started racing the Escort. And after 9.5 years, I bought the car back.
Yeah.
But it was a wreck. It was a mess. So we got the car back, pulled it apart, rebuilt it, started getting everything ready again, and then, as I mentioned to you earlier, we had a mishap where a clutch exploded on me and nearly cut the car in half. I nearly lost my foot. And we pulled it apart again. We're busy rebuilding it, but we will be back on the road, I think, in the next month.
Absolutely,
it should be back.
Cool to hear. Now, something that's very special that is that me and you were talking about just before we started was there's a lucky winner that's going to be winning a Cobra. So tell us a little bit about what's going on with that and how the Cobra Club did that.
All right. So as I said, I'm part of the Cobra Club. I've been part for the last 23 years. What we decided to do at the beginning of last year was to get a car, build it up, and then raffle it off. Get all the members and the public to buy a ticket, and then obviously one lucky winner needs to win the car. So we did the draw last week. I cannot mention the name at this point because we are actually handing over the car over in 2 days' time. He's not aware that he won the car. He bought one ticket, and we've sold in the region of about 5,000 tickets.
Yeah.
He bought one ticket and he was the lucky winner.
Absolutely.
So we drew his name out of the hat. We informed his wife, and she's now in on the surprise, and she will take him to lunch the day after tomorrow, and we will all meet up with him and hand him the keys to a brand new Cobra.
Absolutely. Well, it's really cool to see. It's really cool to hear stories like that of lucky winners. But I want to thank you so much, Wouter, for talking to us a little bit about the history of your Cobra collection and everything about yourself. So thank you so much.
Thank you guys very much, and good luck with all your future interviews.
Thank you very much. And I'll thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
Have a good one.